ocean is a war that must be won. We are all that stand between the earth and the unknown. Superheroes. A fire inside us burns with our imaginations and Anoraks. You and I can save the world. We are superheroes. Let's just keep unfurled with imaginations and Anoraks. You and I can save the world.
You made me lose my place. That was totally bogus.
So it's okay to communicate now, is it?
Oh, don't be a dick.
Sorry. Not good?
Well, it was okay. It's just mind-numbing how they can't seem to write a decent backstory for their one and only token transgendered character.
Well, not everyone is as progressive as you and I.
Oh, that's no excuse. Anyway, thanks for having my back with that date last night, Mikey. It was turning into a total code 14.
Really? Dead hookers in Shatner's dressing room.
That's a code 18.
Ah, right. Yeah, well, who knew Star Trek fans could be so kinky? Well, you know, when I got your text, I knew I just had to swoop right in.
You gotta love the old, my brother's cat has just hooked up all over Mum's antique wedding dress trick.
Classic, and never fails.
I mean, who even asked that of a girl on a first date? Besides, it takes ages to scrub all that green paint off. Hey, what happened to your iPhone X? You've upgraded to a Blackberry. Don't tell me you're going all retro, are you?
Yeah, sort of. Well, I just found I wasn't really using the phone that much, so...
Oh, stop. You're always on those gentleman's applications.
I am not.
You so are. Besides, if you don't want your iPhone, you could always give it to a down and out but utterly amazing gal pal.
Ah, sorry, hon. I took it to cash converters the other night.
What? Whatever for?
Well, you know, it's worth a few quid, so...
A few quid?
Yes.
Well, what's shaking, true believers?
Where have you been? It's nearly 3:30.
Well, I had to fortify myself with a full Welsh, you know, just to soak up the, Oh, never mind.
Wow, breakfast for dinner. You sure are one wild and crazy guy.
Yeah.
So, Rob, have you made up your mind about buying that set of Doctor Who, The Complete History off me yet?
Well, let's just say I'm undecided.
It's just that there might be another interested party, so...
Oh, come on, Mikey. Not only are you asking for a serious amount of dosh for those books, there's another 6 months left to go on the subscription. And I'm rather dubious about a collection of books that calls itself The Complete History, which stops at Capaldi's second season.
Aye, but you're wrong there, because I've seen the pre-orders and the
What
the
you
series
seem
continues.
to be forgetting, Mike, is I am currently employed as an undervalued and, more importantly, underpaid phone monkey.
Still, I'd rather it went to you. Look, I'll cut you a deal. And I don't mind getting the cash a bit at a time. I'll even throw in the Sylvester McCoys for free. How's that?
I bet he gets that a lot. Yeah. Look, I'll think about it, all right? Anyway, I have got some news. I have been banned from the forum.
Well, I'm told this happens to you like once a fortnight or something, right?
What was it this time? And please, God, tell me you haven't been going around spreading your usual Jodie wit-hater nonsense again. Personally, I rather enjoyed the last episode.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, no, not this time, actually. No, I was merely putting somebody straight about Matt Smith.
And that got you banned?
Well, I may have had a few drinks and been a bit strident in my opinions.
Will you never learn?
What? Everybody knows it's my thing to be contrary. I happen to think that my people, that's true fans, are fully aware how fandom works. So, little Eugene from Minnesota, just because you started watching Dr. Bloody Who in 2010, it does not mean Matt Bloody Smith is the best doctor ever.
People, and that includes true fans, are entitled to their opinions, you know.
Not some little shit who hasn't put in the hours that I have.
That's bollocks.
I beg your pardon.
Bollocks. Opinion should never be mistaken for fact. And if little Eugene from Minnesota thinks that in his opinion Matt Smith is the best Doctor Who ever, then he's the best Doctor Who for him.
Doctor Who?
There's no point in trying to understand Rob. Trust me.
I understand him perfectly well. He just needs to let all the hate out and the love in. Out with the hate. In with the love.
Or at the very least, tolerance.
Are you done?
You're such an emotional bully.
I am not an emotional bully.
What you need to understand is, well, is exactly how fandom actually works. Exactly. Shall I tell you?
If you must.
Should be interesting.
Okay. Imagine, if you will, that you really like cake.
How about kittens? I really like kittens.
No, it has to be cake. Okay, so you really like cake. And this cake has got a bit of a cultural history, like say a cherry bakewell.
Oh, I could so go for a cherry bakewell right now.
Good, yes, keep that thought in your mind. So you love cherry bakewells. But after a while, you decide to fiercely criticize cherry bakewells and anybody who likes to eat them or proclaim their love of them.
Jesus.
Why would anyone do that?
Because you've eaten too many cherry bakewells and as a result have become jaded.
And fat.
And fat. But then, Mr. Kipling decides that cherry bakewells are old hat. People aren't buying them like they used to. So he decides it's time for a new brand image. And that is when the company adds sprinkles or space dust or some such nonsense, because research shows that all the kids love sprinkles and space dust.
Sprinkles. And space dust. On a cherry bakewell.
You see there? That is how the judgment starts.
What if you're going to use ridiculous examples like that?
So, when Mr. Kipling puts these sprinkles and space dust on the cherry bakewells, you, as a champion of all that is good and holy in classic confectionery, take to social media to proclaim quite vociferously that the cake that you once knew and loved is dead. In fact, not only dead, but betrayed, murdered, and left to rot in the street.
That's horrible.
Yes.
But I suppose some people might actually like the sprinkles and space dust on their cherry bakewells.
Only the mentally deficient and new fans.
So why not just bring out a line of classic cherry bakewells? That way everyone's happy.
Well, that might be the approach they take in the colonies, trying to please everyone. But it's just so American, isn't it?
It's just not British.
Fine, so why not just pick off the sprinkles and space dust before you eat it?
Oh, bless. Because that's not how it works. Instead, you have to intentionally suffer every time you bite into the bakewell, sprinkles and space dust and all. And then you must complain loudly to anyone within earshot that you now hate cherry bakewells with the deepest contempt, and that the company, in this act of sabotage, has only managed to stab its loyal customers right in the back.
Now that's far more British.
Until, in the end, all that is left is an empty box, a stomachache, and you pining for the days when cherry bakewells used to be so much better.
That's so fucked.
Oh, I don't know. I think as definitions go, that's pretty accurate on fandom.
Look, all your fansplaining has done has firmed up my resolve to make him see the error of his ways.
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure it's not just Doctor Who, right? I mean, I'm sure it's not rhubarb and custard in the world of Star Trek, or even cosplay.
The ultimate in annoying fans.
And then there's your comic series that totally fails to understand transgendered characters.
So, Kim, what grinds your gears, eh?
Well, okay, if you must know, I'm pretty fed up with Little Miss Manga 56 and her constant neediness.
Little Miss Mango, eh?
But I guess we're all a bit needy like that sometimes. It could just be a cry for help.
No, you tell it like it is, sister.
Well, the instant she gets a new Japanese robot mask, she's all over Instagram and Twitter, passive-aggressively fishing for approval. Ooh, what do you think of me dressed up as a day-glow Japanese robot? Isn't it simply the best thing ever? Ooh, look at me.
Fascinating.
But that's just her. She doesn't represent the rest of the cosplay community she tries so very hard to impress and outdo. Oh, and then there's Klingon Girl 89. who never stops going on and on about all the bespoke costume parts her and her bezies get shipped over from the States. What a bitch. Oh shit. No, I didn't mean that.
Face it, you're as gnarly and cynical as the rest of us, only you hide it behind a politically correct wall of glitter and unicorn horns.
Man, are you like obsessed with unicorns?
What's the matter, feeling threatened?
Oh, wow, I so did not expect today to be a day of sordid self-evaluation. Oh, I feel so nasty.
Which is why we need to go and do something to take our minds off the past 10 minutes.
Good idea, there is a charming little pub around the corner.
Should we go and see the Avengers film?
Now by the Avengers, do you mean the 1960s?
Aren't you in enough trouble already?
By the Avengers, he is of course referring to the huge superhero film franchise and not the classic 60s British television show, which I also love.
So which Avengers are they up to now anyway?
The Avengers, so terribly, terribly tiresome.
Carry on avenging?
The Avengers meet the Wolfman. Actually, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
The Avengers milk the franchise until the udders bleed.
No, that was Star Wars, remember?
Could you buy my ticket and I'll pay you back later?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, thanks.
Come on then, they may be superheroes, but these Avengers aren't going to watch themselves.
Would you mind if we stopped at a shop along the way? I've got a sudden urge for a cherry bakewell.